And what's up everybody, Jingle12 here. We are back with another video. I apologize for being out so long. I have been sick for quite a while. But we are back and we are playing some more Cube Defense, or not really playing, but talking about the Winter Trials. Now you should see in the background some gameplay. I've thrown it up there. It's actually a previous video that I've done, but I just decided it would be good to fit in for this video. We're going to be talking everything about the event, how to play it, its special tendencies, the hard parts, the rewards, the updates on it, the cubes, everything. So if you guys would not mind, please consider going down and hitting that subscribe button for me. Helps me out a lot, helps you out a lot, helps me out a lot. You don't have to do it, but you can, and it helps everyone, so why not? Alright, now that I've done that, let's go on ahead and move on into the juicy bits about this update. We have the Winter Trials. It is crazy, it is insane, and it is difficult, and I love it. There is a cost to start. It has a high level of 30 to be able to join. You have to be level 30 to be able to play it, basically. I don't remember the star count, I apologize, but it's pretty high as well. But if you have like level 30, 35, 40 maybe, you should be okay. If you're like 30s, just now hitting 30s, you need to be careful that you make sure you got enough. Whenever you start a match, it immediately takes away 750 gold from your bank account. That is because they want to limit you being able to play it a ton, but you have to be able to limit playing a ton. You have to be able to play a ton if you are going to get any rare towers, which we'll be talking about in a second. So the game itself, once you launch in, you end up on this beautiful map here, and you have to fight off a bunch of cubes, including sun cubes, including ice cubes, all the normals. Then there's also overcharged cube bosses, and there's these crazy ones now that are the unstables, which are basically overcharged, only they explode and destroy towers, which they are very annoying. You definitely are going to have trouble with them. There is also packed ice cubes. Those things are annoying as well because of their HP. They're very hard to defeat and often can completely destroy you, especially on a bad wave where they get shielded, which we'll talk about that in a second. And then there's also nuclear cubes, which destroy a good fourth to or more of the map if they explode. You don't want them exploding. They spawn, I believe, on wave 98 and 100. I do not know 99. They may spawn on 99. I have not reached it yet. I have not been told they spawn on 99, but they could. So don't take my word for anything. There is also the, finally, the blue ice cube, which is the boss of the game mode. And that cube is very difficult to defeat because it has the speed of a lightning cube. And if you know the speed of a lightning cube, it is fast. It also has 700,000 HP, which is huge. And so you have to be very careful when fighting that cube, and you have to have a lot of damage, which is why we need to have some high level towers and a lot of high level towers and high damage towers on your defenses. Which is why I would honestly suggest, if you were to do this, have at least 3 or 4 Raws and all 6 of your tunes max. If you don't have that, you're probably not going to beat it, just because of the amount of HP it's got and the speed of it. It's a lot of damage. Now there's also that's all of the cubes actually. So now that we've talked about all the cubes and we've kind of talked a little bit about strategy, let's talk a little bit about the wave events. Now every single wave there is an event, at least one. I don't know if there's ever more. There could be, but I've never watched it that closely. I know there's at least one per wave, and I believe it's only one per wave that'll happen, and it can be one of, I believe, 4 things. It's either 4 or 5. I think it's 4 if I'm counting correctly. There is the cube health decrease, which can happen, and any cube that is on the map currently will lose a percentage of their health. I believe it's, I think it's 1 out of 20%. It's either 20 or 25%. I'm not sure. So a lot of cubes will take a slight amount of damage, especially the upper level ones. The ones that have got a lot of HP, those are going to take a lot more damage. especially your 15,000 packed ice cubes. It's a good way to have it because you'll lose probably about 3 10,000 HP for them. And Infinity Cube waves, you'll lose 10,000 HP for those. It's just, it's all dependent on luck too. I mean, you may get it at this point, you may get it when you don't need it. It's all on that. The next one that we'll talk about is the tower deletion. This is probably the most annoying and the most easy to avoid. And this is when actually the only one you can really kind of how do I set this? Like kind of shunt off the damage of it. And it's actually the strategy that we use is to spam a bunch of towers. So whenever it happens, it instead of taking our important towers, it takes the not so important towers, our little sea batteries or mortars or MK2s. So MK2, not temple, not the temple. Yeah, no, you don't want to lose an MK2 temple, though I haven't seen that be used in this game mode. But I'm talking the MK2 turret, which is a beautiful turret, not going to lie. But enough about that. There is also the wave map. The map health increases and decreases. And that can be, the increases are helpful, the decreases are not. Basically, you usually it'll keep you up. I expect you get more increases than decreases. I haven't seen a game where I've gotten more decreases than increases if it's lasted long enough. So now there are some where I ended up starting off bad and I lost like a good 7,000 HP in the first 15 rounds. That was horribly annoying, but overall, you usually start getting up in the 20s to 30,000s, so you definitely don't worry too much about the decreases, except for whenever you are way low on HP. If you are down in the thousands, couple of thousands, maybe 3,000, you need to start worrying. If I remember correctly, the damage it can deal and give, I guess, is like give HP is, I believe, in between 100 and 3,000. But that could be changed, or it could be slightly off. It could be 100 and 1,500. It could be that too. I think that's about it on the wave events. Am I forgetting? I don't think I'm forgetting. Oh, shielded waves. Okay, so there's 5. I counted wrong. There's 5. The 5th one is shielded waves, and shielded waves can hurt if they're in the wrong place. As you'll see in this video, near the end, we ended up dying to a shielded wave of overcharge cube bosses. It was quite annoying, and I have still not beaten it. Now my fellow teammate managed to play by himself and beat it. Well, not by himself, but with another teammate. Not me. I got left behind. But he managed to beat it and gain a reward tower, which we'll be discussing later. But the shielded wave gives double HP to any and all cubes that start spawning after it's been declared. Since the shielded wave is usually declared mid-wave or somewhere in the middle of it, the cubes that are already spawned won't have shielded. They won't be shielded. They won't have their double HP. But any cube that spawns after will have double HP. So you definitely need to be wary whenever you get that notification that you are going to be facing shielded cubes. That's all for that. Let's go on ahead and move into the, let's go into rewards. Well, no, I wanted to discuss one other thing, and that is the 2 roles that we have come down in strategy. People that have winning the game, which there's only been 8 so far, have developed a specific strategy to beating it. And what it has to do is one person focuses on creating and placing temples. And in this video, me and Flo did not follow this strategy specifically, and because of it, we probably lost. There's that strategy where that person goes and places the temples, and they make sure that they're getting upgraded. They've got damage. They're going to get themselves upgraded. They also make sure that the temple is getting hits. They also make sure that they're not about to die. And if they're about to die, they start spamming OS, which is a strategy to keep sun cubes and other cubes that are going to overwhelm you from killing you. So that's a way to deal with that. But and you'll probably see some of that in this video. There is also the other person. There's not one. There's 2 people allowed in this, and the second person is able to do and is supposed to do what we call the spamming role, And what that is to make sure you're just placing towers like consistently, non-stop. You don't stop placing towers. That is your job, is to place towers and make sure that they are there. And if they are destroyed, then you go and replace them. Why? Because then if you don't, it's gonna start targeting other things, and before you know it, guess what's going to go? It's getting your temples, your big temple or your big Poseidon's wrath is gonna go bye-bye, and if it goes bye-bye, well, good luck there. So, definitely need to spam anything, everything. Sea batteries and mortars, which sea batteries, by the way, is a tower that I made. I'm very happy that there's actually a purpose for this. I'm sorry, but that tower does not usually have a big purpose. So now that we've discussed that, we'll go on ahead and move on into the rewards. And I believe I've got some pictures and some video to show you guys of the two towers. Now there's only one of... Now the first one and the more common one, and I believe, I don't know if everybody who wins gets it, or if only you got a large chance of getting it. But most people that have beaten the game, this trial, have this tower, and what it is called is Dat Ice, and it is created by the Burned Hunter, who also termed it, or named it. So, thank you, Burned Hunter, for that crazy name, and it is basically ice freezing tower, and what it does is, whenever cubes come into its range, it will, after a certain amount of time, it's cooldown, it's whatever, I forgot the word, rate. The rate of fire, once its rate of fire is gone, it occurs. You know what, I'm carrying on. Basically, it hits the cubes, and whenever it hits the cubes, it freezes them in place. They get this little frozen little cube around them, and they cannot move. And if they die, well, that little frozen cube remains for a second and then goes. And the thing does damage. I don't know if it starts doing damage on its first level, or if it has to be upgraded before it does it, but I do know that its max level does 5 damage per cube, which isn't a lot, and it's true, it's not going to be that tower that boom's gonna get all your damage, but it's more of a tower to stop cubes so your other towers can deal damage. And this is actually very important. For example, whenever you're facing off against blue ice, this tower is placeable in the trials, as you will see in a second. Well, actually, you've already seen it. Basically, it'll freeze that Dat Ice. Well, Dat Ice will freeze the blue ice cube, and it'll stop it. So you got more time to deal damage. So it's definitely important. Definitely important. You should definitely need to be using this tower in the trials with the teammate if they've gotten it already. So yes, it'll be helpful for me and Flo this next weekend. What else? Then that's about it. It's got 5 levels of upgrading like most towers. It is more of a support tower role. Increased range upon upgrade. Its first placement, it's 1,175, and yeah, oh, and a max placement of 10. You can place 10 in a game. I do not know if that's player or server wide though, so you'll have to check for me. I believe that's all on that tower. We can move on into the next tower, which is the great and glorious Frost Rail. And I am going to go ahead and show a picture. And if you can see, hopefully I put up a little notification on the screen now that tells you when to skip if you do not want to see this tower. I'm going to show a picture of it in a couple of seconds. So if you do not want to see it, jump to that timestamp that I just stated above. Alright then, are you there? You gone? Go. Okay. You good? Alright, here's the tower. So this is the Frost Rail, and as you can see, it's got that blue lines. It looks kind of like level 3 railgun, but it's got a weird, crazy base. I apologize for the lower end quality picture, by the way. It was the only picture I have of it, and yes, it is a very good looking tower. It was created by Weeby, not the Burned Hunter like the previous, and it does a ton of damage, and it, like the Dat Ice, freezes cubes that it hits. Now, it does it in a different way. It isn't a wide spread, kind of like the Shocker. What it does is it's the railgun. Now, there are some stats that I have shown. Weeby has posted in Discord. Now, I cannot confirm that this is the actual damage of it, because there is nothing related to it on this picture, but it could be. Now this could also be the old orbital damage. I'm not totally sure. So I'll let you guys we'll figure that out eventually. Nobody else has this tower, by the way. Nobody owns this tower, by the way. It has not been unlocked yet. I forgot to mention that fact. But if this is the damage of the Frost Railgun, we're literally about to gain, somebody's about to gain an incredibly overpowered tower, because one, it freezes cubes, two, it does 4,000 damage every 0.1 second. I mean, what is that? That is crazy. That is absolutely insane. And I cannot believe the devs would put that in the game. So that's, what is that? After 10 seconds, that's 40,000 damage every second. Which I don't believe, personally. I don't think that's possible. 40,000 damage every second after... how many seconds? After 7 seconds, I believe. After about 7 seconds, you will have destroyed the Rubik's Cube with that tower maxed alone. So, its price for maxing is probably insane. Just going to put that out here right now. To max it to level 5, or whatever its max level is probably going to be literally insane and impossible. So, we don't even know its properties yet. We will find out whenever somebody unlocks it, and it is going to be crazy. So, yep, this is it. By the way, if anybody's wondering where I got this picture, that picture of the Frost Railgun, it was from a staff member, and it was kindly donated to me, shown to me. So that's about it on that tower. Yeah, that's the Frost Railgun. That's the big one everybody's been looking for. I think that's about it, guys. Yeah, so the trial will be out this Sunday. I will be playing it, well, maybe Saturday, Sunday. I should be playing it. I'll have to start a bit later, though. I've got some things happening with me throughout the day earlier. But other than that, guys, I think we are done with this video. So thank you, everybody, so much for watching this video with me, Jingle12. And thank you for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe down below. You don't have to. It's your choice, not mine, but you can. And you will. No, you don't have to. It's okay. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.